by Dakota Ditcheva shocked America to its core.
And then you got to look your opponent straight in the eye. And does your mind change at all when you see that? Is there anything you saw that gives you more confidence?
She definitely looked more nervous this time. Yeah, she was like twitching and stuff, and obviously she wants to end the hype train. She had a bit to say after the fight, but I mean, I'm aggressive enough as it is. You don't want to piss me off before, so we'll just see when we get in there in the cage tomorrow, won't we?
Yeah, of course. She's 7-0. She's undefeated, but she's not unbeatable. I said it before. If I play my cards right, I win the fight.
The knockout was so brutal, it echoed across the MMA world. You are watching Boxing Planet, and in this video, we will talk about one of the most highly anticipated matchups in women's MMA, Dakota Ditcheva versus Malin Hermansson. Two powerful fighters with different styles, clashing in a moment that had fans across the world on edge. Stay tuned for all the explosive details. The clash between Dakota Ditcheva and Malin Hermansson was one of the most intense and anticipated fights in women's MMA. Both fighters came into the bout with solid reputations, Dakota with her undefeated streak and striking background, and Malin known for her toughness and relentless spirit. From the moment the fight began, Dakota Ditcheva came out sharp and focused. Known for her elite striking and Muay Thai pedigree, most fans expected her to keep the fight standing. But what surprised many was her decision to take the fight to the ground, and how flawlessly she executed it. Hermansson tried to keep the pace and show her toughness early on, but Dakota's pressure was overwhelming. She landed clean strikes on the feet, keeping Malin guessing and unable to find her rhythm. But rather than going for a classic TKO as she had done in previous fights, Dakota displayed a new dimension of her game, her grappling. At around the 3-minute mark of the first round, Dakota initiated a clinch and swiftly transitioned the fight to the ground. Once there, she advanced position smoothly, demonstrating control and patience. Within seconds, she secured Hermansson's back and locked in a deep rear naked choke. Despite Malin's effort to resist, the choke was tight and technically perfect. At 3:52 of round 1, Malin Hermansson was forced to tap. The crowd erupted as Dakota stood up, victorious yet calm, showing the poise of a veteran. The submission was a statement. Not only could she strike with the best, but she could also finish fights on the ground. It was her first professional win by submission, and it added a new layer to her growing reputation as a complete mixed martial artist. This fight was important in more ways than one. It proved that Dakota Ditcheva is not a one-dimensional fighter. Up until that point, most of her wins had come via striking, highlight reel knockouts that earned her fame and fear in equal measure. But now, she had shown the MMA world that she's just as dangerous on the mat. That evolution is what separates good fighters from future champions. For Malin Hermansson, it was a tough outing, but she displayed grit by stepping into the cage with such a dangerous opponent. She entered the fight with confidence and preparation, but Dakota's speed, skill, and adaptability proved to be too much. In just under 4 minutes, Dakota Ditcheva delivered a performance that shocked even her longtime fans. It wasn't just about winning, it was about how she won. With this win, Dakota moved one step closer to the top of the women's division, and the world took notice.
Click below to subscribe and watch more MMA content.
Now check out some more brutal knockouts from Dakota. Tyler Santos, known for her tough attitude and confident demeanor, arrived in full glam, complete with bright red lipstick and designer sunglasses. She didn't waste any time turning the press event into a mind game. While Dakota Ditcheva stayed calm and focused, Santos smiled smugly, blowing kisses to the crowd and throwing subtle jabs at her opponent. When the cage doors finally closed, the crowd was electric. Tyler strutted in confidently, blowing kisses and mouthing taunts at Dakota. She even applied fresh lipstick before walking out, a direct dig at her opponent. Dakota, in contrast, walked to the cage with steely determination. No dancing, no smiling, just focus. The first round started fast. Tyler Santos came out swinging with heavy leg kicks and aggressive forward pressure. Her Muay Thai background was on full display as she tried to trap Dakota against the fence and unload powerful combinations. She was trying to bully her, just as she had done in the press conference. But Dakota Ditcheva wasn't there to play defense. She was there to win. Using her superior footwork and timing, she avoided the initial storm. She stayed light on her feet, circling away from danger, and began peppering Tyler with sharp jabs and body kicks. Each shot was a calculated answer to Tyler's aggression. Dakota's movement confused the Brazilian. Tyler wanted a brawl. Dakota was giving her a masterclass in technical striking. By the end of round 1, Dakota had landed the cleaner shots. Tyler was still smiling, but it was clear she hadn't found the dominance she expected. In the second round, Tyler ramped up the intensity. She rushed forward again, hoping to catch Dakota with a looping right hand. But Dakota's timing was perfect. She slipped the punch and countered with a clean left hook that wobbled Santos. For the first time, the Brazilian's confidence showed cracks. Santos tried to recover and clinch, but Dakota's Muay Thai skills came alive. She delivered a crushing knee to the body, followed by a short elbow to the jaw that forced Santos to retreat. The tables had turned. Now Dakota was the aggressor. The crowd roared as Dakota marched forward, landing precision strikes that backed Tyler into the cage. Her punches were crisp, her kicks were punishing, and her clinch work was brutal. Dakota didn't pounce recklessly. She waited for the referee's signal, then followed up with precise ground and pound until the official stopped the fight. It was over. As the announcer declared Dakota Ditcheva the winner by TKO, the camera cut to Tyler Santos, bloodied, bruised, and no longer smirking. Her lipstick was gone, her taunts silenced. Valentina Scatizzi faced off against Dakota Ditcheva on April 20th, 2024, in a high-stakes bout for the PFL Europe Women's Flyweight Championship. Before the match, Valentina Scatizzi stirred the pot during pre-fight interviews by boldly claiming that Dakota Ditcheva was overrated and hadn't been truly tested by a worthy opponent.
Maybe she never fought with someone like me, so I won't just fight.
As the two fighters entered the cage, the atmosphere was electric, with fans eagerly waiting to see if Valentina's confident words would translate into a performance capable of dethroning the dangerous and undefeated Dakota Ditcheva. The opening round saw Scatizzi immediately trying to impose her will, pushing forward aggressively with a barrage of jabs and low kicks aimed at disrupting Dakota's rhythm. For a moment, it seemed like Valentina's strategy might be working, as she managed to clip Dakota with a stiff right hand that momentarily staggered the British fighter. But Dakota remained composed, her eyes laser-focused, her footwork sharp as ever as she circled out of danger and began picking her shots with clinical precision. A lightning-fast head kick grazed Valentina's guard, followed by a devastating body shot that clearly took the wind out of her. As the seconds ticked away, Dakota's confidence grew, and her combinations became more fluid and dangerous. In the second round, the tempo escalated dramatically. Valentina came out swinging, knowing she needed to regain control, but Dakota's timing was impeccable. A sharp counter right hand stunned Scatizzi, and Ditcheva wasted no time pressing forward with a flurry of punches that backed her opponent into the cage. Entering the third round, Dakota remained calm and composed, knowing she was just a few steps away from securing another dominant win. Valentina tried to dig deep, throwing wild punches and looking for a Hail Mary shot to change the outcome. Midway through the third round, Dakota landed a clean left hook that buckled Scatizzi's knees, and she immediately followed up with a spinning kick that connected flush on the jaw. Her victory was not just another win on her record, it was a masterclass in striking, composure, and championship-caliber performance. As Dakota stood in the center of the cage with her arms raised and the PFL Europe Women's Flyweight Championship around her waist, if you enjoyed this breakdown and want more epic fight recaps, unforgettable moments, and raw action from the world of combat sports, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. Drop your thoughts on the fight in the comments. We'd love to hear your take. Until next time, stay tuned and stay sharp as we bring you more intense battles from the cage.
What am I going to do in the next 16 years? What's the best thing I can do? Get ready to meet God.